Welcome into the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Jeffrey Cooperstein. The Lakers take down the Minnesota Timberwolves 94-85 in Game 2 to tie this series back up at 1. It was a fantastic defensive performance from the Los Angeles Lakers. I thought that JJ Redick's game plan was basically executed to a T, and the Lakers did exactly what they wanted to do to stop the Minnesota Timberwolves scoring attack. Number one, it starts with Naz Reid, where Naz Reid had 23 points in Game 1, was wide open on the perimeter. This time, the Lakers did a much better job on him. I believe he only hit 1 3. He had 8 total points in the game, and it felt like the Timberwolves weren't getting that mismatch that they got in Game 1. In Game 1, it was always Austin Reeves that was on Naz Reid, or Rudy Gobert, or Jaden McDaniels, and he was having to defend guys who are much bigger and much longer than he is. This time, the Lakers were able to either go over the screens or they were able to avoid that mismatch to the point where Naz Reid was pretty much rendered ineffective in this game. And I thought that was a big key to the Lakers' success here in tonight's matchup between the Lakers and the Timberwolves as well. Julius Randle was by far, I think, the best player on the floor for Minnesota, and he had 27 points, 9 of 17 from the field. Anthony Edwards also had 25, but he was 10 of 22 from the field and just 2 of 8 from 3. I really thought the Lakers, for the most part, did a good job on Anthony Edwards. And when you look at this score, you'll think, my goodness, this is just a crazy, typical late 2000s basketball game that was just with loaded defense. And while, yeah, there was some pretty good defense played, it didn't feel like it was an insane defensive performance. Luka Doncic had 31 of the Lakers' 94 points tonight, 9 of 20 from the field. He was also 2 of 8 from 3. But where Luka really made his money, 11 of 11 from the free throw line. This was one of the most poorly officiated games that I've ever seen in NBA history in the playoffs. There was a foul called on every other possession. Nonetheless, though, Luka took advantage of it, thought he played a really good Game 2, and through 2 games in Los Angeles, he's just picking up where he left off in the postseason with Dallas. So shout out to Luka. He was the best player for the Lakers tonight by a mile. Thought LeBron had a really good game as well with 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. He was kind of the engine that made the Lakers go tonight. Much more to get to here on the postgame show, but I do want you to grade the Lakers so far in this series. Through 2 games, grade the Lakers' performance so far in this series. Type A, B, C, D, or F. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say down in the comment section, and this will be the pinned comment on today's show. So you may get hit with a YouTube ad break here in just a couple of seconds. And while that happens, go on down there and get your votes in. Grade the Lakers in this series so far. Really thought the Lakers did a good job in transition as well, playing on the fast break. More often than not, they made the right play. They had a couple of turnovers here and there, but what I said, the factor that the Lakers needed to win this game was they needed LeBron James to step up. They needed Austin Reeves to step up. I thought Reeves had a much better game tonight than he did in Game 1. Played 43 minutes tonight. It's pretty impressive from Reeves. 7 of 14 from the field. Didn't make a three-pointer, but I thought he was pretty good on the defensive end as well. Where the Lakers certainly need help, though, is on the bench. Only 13 bench points again tonight. I believe they had it was very close to that, if not the exact same, in Game 1. Dorian Finney-Smith with just 7 bench points, and Gabe Vincent was 6. And that was your total scoring here in the game. The Lakers still, though, in this series, have not found a role for Jackson Hayes, who played just 9 minutes tonight. I do think that if they're going to win this series, and if they're going to win multiple series and get to the Western Conference Finals, and maybe even the Finals, they need Jackson Hayes to play better than he is playing right now. The game looks too rich for Hayes at the moment, but they're going to need him. He's a good lob threat. He can play off of Luka. He can go catch those lobs, and he can block some shots as well. They need Jackson Hayes to figure it out here because they literally don't have another big. Alex Len's not playing in the postseason. We all know that. Jackson Hayes, I'm begging you, figure it out for this Lakers team. We'll get to the rest of the show here in just a moment, but I do need to tell you guys about our sponsor, which of course is PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. PrizePicks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. With millions of members, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. You can turn your playoff hot takes into tickets to basketball's championship series. Every lineup you make on PrizePicks will enter you in the Takes 2 ticket sweepstakes, which could get you and a +1 a VIP trip to the ship. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive that bonus. It is guaranteed. PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that could lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, where each Tuesday, PrizePicks will discount select player projections to provide even more value for your lineups. I do have a lineup for tomorrow night's game between the Celtics and the Magic. I took the more on Jonathan Isaac, points, rebounds, and assists. I also took the more on Kristaps Porzingis, points, rebounds, and assists. So you can copy my picks or make picks of your own. Just please make sure you do it with our friends over at PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive that bonus. It is guaranteed. Again, download the app and use code CLNS to get that $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. That link will be in the comments and the description of today's show. It is PrizePicks. Run your game. So now with this series tied 1-1, the Lakers head up to Minnesota for Game 3 on Friday, Game 4 on Sunday. If you split those two, I think you're in great position to win this series in 6. If you go 1-1 and you come back 2-2, I do think this series could go 7. What you can't do is lose both games in Minnesota and go down 3-1. And that's obvious. You have to win it. You have to, at minimum, get a split in order to keep this series alive. You never want to come back home down 3-1 after 4 games and have Game 5 at home to try to stave off elimination and then go back up there for Game 6 down 3-2. I think if you get Game 3, you have a very good chance to win this series. And Luka Doncic loves playing in these situations where the series is tied 1-1. He lives for these kind of moments. He's done it his entire career, and I think he's going to do it again on Friday, and he's going to show up and show out in Minnesota in front of that sellout crowd. And if you remember, the Lakers franchise started in Minnesota. So this is going to be a Lakers home game. Hopefully, in Minnesota at the Target Center, they make it a Lakers-centric crowd. I know that Minnesota crowd's going to get up and rowdy, but if the Lakers play with the same defensive intensity that they did tonight, if they can hold Anthony Edwards to 25 points, an inefficient 25 points, if they can make Julius Randle the best player for Minnesota, the Lakers will win this series. And of that, I have no doubt. I really think LA, they played a great first quarter in Game 1. They played a really good 3 quarters here in Game 2 to basically push the game away now. Minnesota made a little bit of a run there in the 4th to try to make it close. Never really got that close. Lakers were pretty much in control the entire time. And with Luka running the show alongside LeBron James, I really feel optimistic about the Lakers' chances to win this series, just because I think they have the best player on the court in Luka. You can argue they have the second best player on the court in LeBron. Austin Reeves is a great third option. And then you have the guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, like Rui Hachimura, who got hurt, by the way, in the first quarter. Came back, though, had a mask on, and is fine. You have the role players like Gabe Vincent, who I thought had a solid performance tonight as well. If the Lakers can just get solid performances from their role players, along with Luka, LeBron, and Reeves being the superheroes, they're going to find a way to win this series. It's going to happen. They are going to win this series, and they are going to send the Minnesota Timberwolves packing here in this series. I think it's going to be over in 6. It depends on what happens in Game 3, though. You win Game 3, think you have a chance to win this in 5 or 6. If you lose Game 3, it may be 6 or 7. So go out there on Friday night, show that you're the better team, and go win that game at the Target Center. Before we get on out of here, though, I do want to ask you guys this question. Who needs more minutes for the Lakers going forward in this series? Do you think it's a guy like Gabe Vincent? Is it a guy like Jackson Hayes, who has played a combined 15 minutes over the first 2 games? Is it Bronny? Do you want Bronny in the rotation? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Who needs more minutes for the Los Angeles Lakers? That is going to do it for today's show, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in to the Lakers Report here today. On our watch party, by the way, we had over 200,000 people join us here on the Lakers Report. If you want more watch parties, you want to watch the Lakers try to lift the Larry O.B. this summer, hit that sub button, youtube.com/LakersTV. Lock us in. Stay tuned with us because we're not stopping our coverage right here. We're going to have it all for you guys here on the Lakers Report. So without further ado, that'll be it. We'll see you soon here on the channel.